guys, so it's Friday today and we're on our last story out of this book here. So the title of this story is Winnie Goes Wild. Okay. Winnie, are you listening to me? Screeched Winnie's sister Wendy down the telling moan. I don't want you embarrassing me in front of my friends. It's a barbecue with an exotic theme, so you've got to look exotic, okay? I haven't got anything exotic to wear, said Winnie, who wasn't at all in the mood for one of Wendy's parties. See you at 6, nagged Wendy. Click! So that's those two sisters talking to each other. It reminds me and Dr. Khan talking to each other as well. And that was the end of the moan call, said Winnie from under her party frock she was struggling to put on. Meow? Asked Wilbur as he watched Winnie wriggling in her dress. I said that I think it's going to rain and make the sausages squelchy as Wendy's barbecue, huffed Winnie, popping her head through the party frock neck. She pulled the dress down and looked at herself in the mirror. Not very exotic, is it? Winnie waved her magic wand and shouted, ready guys, abracadabra, and instantly there on her head was a hat made of pineapple and bananas and grapes. It wobbled, but the grapes were tasty. Very exotic. I can see Miss Scotney wearing this hat. She would look very good in that. Yum, said Winnie, popping a grape into her mouth. We'd better get going, Wilbur, before I eat my hat. They climbed aboard Winnie's broomstick and took off up to the cloudy sky. Oh, said Winnie at the broom, swerving this way and that in a whiffy and waffy wind. Wilbur closed his eyes and held on tight. The wind whipped Winnie's hat ribbons undone and tossed the fruit from her head. Oh no, wailed Winnie, as the rain began to splatter. Soon Wilbur was a soggy cat and Winnie was a dripping witch. Then it began to hail. Ping, pang, pong. Cold, hard pebbles threw on them. Ow, 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 meow, said Wilbur. But just then the wind suddenly blew them into a big, bowling blue-black cloud that rumbled thunder around them and bumped them about. Wilbur, shouted Winnie as she fell off her broom down through the soft, wet cloud. Grab hold of my hand, Wilbur, shouted Winnie, and paw in hand they fell together down through the cloud, then down through the trees, which ripped and snagged their clothes as they fell, until finally they landed with a bump on the ground. Where in the whoopsie world are we? Wondered Winnie. Hiss. So where do you think they are? It's no good hissing about it, Wilbur, began Winnie, but then, oh, she said it wasn't Wilbur who was hissing. Clack, clack, clack. Wilbur's knees knocked together because a huge snake was slithering past them. Chit, chat, went a monkey. Squaw, went a bird. Stee went in the air all around. Oh no, said Winnie, I think we've landed in a jungle. What are we going to do about Wendy's party? She's going to be cross with all the witches if I'm going to be late. Oh, if we're not looking right, Winnie looked at Wilbur. Oh dear, we are one mega messy moggy. You look as if you've been dragged through a tree backwards. I can't take you to Wendy's looking like that. You need a wash. He does look like a bit of a mess. Murr, protested Wilbur as Winnie picked him up and dangled him over a moshy pool of green water. Then, ugh, said Winnie, there was something hideously horrible in the water. Whatever can that be? The horrible thing in the water wobbled, talking silently as Winnie talked out loud. Oh no, screeched Winnie. Then horrible thing was her own reflection. So she thought it was a monster, but actually it was herself. I look worse than you do, Wilbur, said Winnie. But just then the reflection Winnie wobbled and snapped. Up came the jaws of an alligator. The alligator fancied Wilbur's furry worn-off tail for his tea, so he wanted to eat Wilbur for his tea. Oh dear. Winnie whipped out her wand and waved it. Abracadabra! And instantly the last ribbon holding up what was left of her ragged party dress swirled from her waist, and it tied the alligator's jaw tight in a big pink bow. Aha! Went the alligator. The ribbon won't hold for long, warned Winnie. Run for it! Winnie scrambled up the trees. Very soon she was surrounded by monkeys. They were poking and scratching, and oh-oh-ing. Wilbur, said Winnie, where are you? Then Winnie saw Wilbur. He was paddling along the branch towards her. Oh, Wilbur, you do look smart, said Winnie. How did you tidy yourself up so quickly? She thought one of the monkeys was Wilbur, but actually it's not. Purr, went Wilbur. As he padded closer, he purred. His purr was louder and lower than usual. The branch bent under the weight of his sleek-back body. Wilbur, said Winnie, what big paws you've got, Wilbur. What big eyes you got, Wilbur. Oh no! Oh help! Shouted Winnie, because suddenly realised that this Wilbur wasn't Wilbur after all. This was a panther, and it was opening its toothy, greedy grin as it got ready to pounce at her. Just as Marah! Real dear Wilbur was swinging through the trees like a troop of monkeys who snatched Winnie to safety. It was rather nice being swung through the trees, nearly naked. Winnie and Wilbur collected things and they went. Whoops, some leaves, whoops, some feathers, whoops, some nuts and flowers and fruit and vines and jungle bugs. By the time they came down to land, Winnie and Wilbur's legs were like jelly, but they had collected enough things to make an exotic outfit for Winnie. With just one wave of her wand, ready guys? Abracadabra! All ready for Wendy's party, and said Winnie. So she looked much better now. She doesn't look like a mess now. The monkeys brought them their broom, and soon they were flying up and out of the jungle. The stormy weather had cleared, and they landed in Wendy's garden just as Wendy was checking her watch. We're here! Shouted Winnie, and we've bought some exotic fruits and exotic nuts for your exotic party. Winnie handed over the plate of jungle goods. Then she collapsed into a deck chair with a happy sigh. So she's relaxing now. But, said Wendy, her eyes popped and her mouth dropped open in surprise. You look exceptional, extremely excellent. You told me that you hadn't got anything exotic to wear, Winnie. So where did you find this outfit? Oh, we went a bit wild and picked these things up on a jungle sale, said Winnie. Abracadabra! Abracadabra! Winnie casually waved her wand and her broom instantly burst into exotic flowers. Now, that's just showing off, said Wendy. And that's the story done. So I am very excited. We are all excited to see your amazing writing, because when we see your amazing writing, one of you in year 2 will be having this book, okay? You'll be keeping this book. So hope to see you next week, okay? And hopefully I'll be doing your stories next week, fingers crossed. See you later, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.